Welcome. Welcome to Medical Meditation. And this segment it's about intention. Intention is the conscious mind's way of filtering your life. Um, if you get up every morning and your intention is that you are going to have to fight life, you're going to have a negative day, or you're living in fear because something is going to, go wrong, a bill's going to come in, a bad day at work. You are molding your intention for the day. And the sad part is our intention is something that we automatically do. So if we put together, how our day's going to go, it starts out with the moment we get up in the morning. If we feel consciously or unconsciously, and this is the truth, that we are going to have a bad day, we are going to have a bad day. The thing that we also don't realize is that our culture and our society often promotes negativity. They'll tell you what's going on in the world that's negative. You turn on the news, you take a look at any kind of ad, any kind of commercial, what's on the computer. Anything that has to do with, any kind of news, because I hate to say this, negativity sells. If you count how many negative things go on in the news, okay, and all of a sudden they'll have, at the end of the news, is one human thing happens, they save a dog or a duck falls in a grate, and they'll put that on, human interest story, and that's your positive for the day. So it's one story compared to 30 stories. You go on Facebook, you see all the news on there. It's about, this or this animal's getting hurt or something like that. This is all negative reinforcement. And if you're sick, you actually create your life around this negative intention. In other words, poor me, look at me, I'm sick. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. And it was one thing I didn't want to hear. And I realized that my intention for the day was pretty much what I set it up to be. That's where I realized I could make a lot of difference in my own health. When I went off and decided to set my intentions to heal, I literally, when I could, catch the thoughts that, saying I was sick or whatever, and I would reinforce them with saying I'm getting better and better every day. Every day that I went to the bathroom and I had the runs, I would say they look better today than they did yesterday. I literally turned my mind around, seeing the positive. Not in the day, not in the news, it was my life I needed to change. My life, Bob's life, no one else's life. I did not talk to people about my illness after I changed my intention. It was none of their business. I didn't want to have to relive my story of how sick I was. That was the number one reason. And the number two reason was I didn't want to set myself up for failure about talking about my illness and saying, this is what I'm doing, and then have somebody come back and say, are you sure this is going to work? You might get sick. And people with good intentions are worried about you, and what happens is they're actually reinforcing your story of sickness. I literally had a friend who asked me every morning, how are you feeling today? And I would go to work, and finally I told him, I says, you talk to me again like that, we won't talk. you're not my friend anymore. Because basically, he was the only one I told what I was working on, and I needed to be mentally tough. And the problem was, if I had to explain it to him every day, or explain to him how my project was going every day, I was undermining my own mental toughness. That was a big thing for me. It was understanding that I set the intention. You need to look at intention as something that happens automatically. You need to set that tone. You need to look and say, okay, how do I change this thought? How do I change my life? How do I do this? And you don't tell anybody. You do it. Don't talk to me about it. Show me. This is my attitude. This is how I got where I am today. I am still mentally tough. I am one of probably the mentaliest tough person you know as of this moment. But I expect you to do better than me, because it took me, 30 years to get this way, and I'm giving you the highlights right now. I read books on mental toughness. I read books about sports visualization. I read books about spirituality. I read books about meditation. That's all I read about. I do not waste my time with fantasy or anything else like that, because basically I saw the power of being mentally tough. It's not about getting hurt. It's not about ignoring your symptoms. It's not about anything like that. It's about being constant with the positive thought. We are brainwashed every day with negativity. From how we look, to what we should buy, how we should eat, how we should do all of this. This is the world working through your intention to have them make money. Sorry to say that, but this is true. If everybody felt good about themselves, they would not need half or three-quarters of the products that they're selling out there. We're easily led. It's when you become mentally tough that you become a leader. Not a leader for anybody else, but a leader of your own life. There's going to be one more video on this, and it's about the end game. I suggest you look into mental toughness. I just picked up a new book. Maybe I'll put it on the next video for you. So far, it is amazing. I'm reading another book on sports visualization. These people write these books because they've done it. I went out and wrote my book because I've done it. The intention that we have, the people who have done it are looking to even sharpen their tools more. This is where I'm trying to lead you. You first you learn the general part. I have been healthy for almost 28 to 30 years. Okay? And this subject fascinates the heck out of me, because basically it's so important. It's about looking at life from a different lens, not one that someone has given you, but one that you can choose and mold and color to what you need and what you want in your life. This is not about your illness. Your illness, through time, will disappear. It's how you choose to live the rest of your life. I am handing you life here. I am not handing you the cure to your illness. I'm handing you the thought process behind the rest of your life. All you need to do is pick it up and choose it. My name is Bob Stickles. I am the author of I Healed My Crohn's Colitis. I want you to thank you for listening. If you have any questions, you can contact me at innerbodyhealingarts.com. I want to tell you that this is the most important message of all of this. We've gone over meditation, we've gone over visualization, but intention is the biggest because it's the conscious part of your life. You've worked on the subconscious, which is your visualization. Now we're working on the conscious life. Meditation will help you pick those negative thoughts out and make a decision to choose better. In the beginning, you might have post-its and stickers on your computer to remind you, but soon your mind will become a trap. And any negative thought you will catch and you will release, and you will replace it with a positive thought. That is my intention for you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.